Good afternoon. Today we will continue to study about the constituent of a clause. Let's continue to study about the subject. There is the first clause, I speak. The speaker as the subject starts the action indicated by the intransitive verb speak and does not convey the action to an object. In the previous class, we studied the transitive verbs. We studied about the intransitive verb speak. Both verbs, the action of the speaker who conveys his intention with the difference between both verbs is the focus of the speaker. The speaker of this clause focuses on the subject who actualizes the definition of the intransitive verb speak. The speaker who describes the action of the subject, who is the speaker, focuses on the actualization by the subject, and the speaker also focuses on the object that the action indicated by the definition of the transitive verbs is conveyed to. So we can consider the speaker focuses on the subject to actualize the transitive verbs from the subject and the object. 2. The speaker only focuses on the subject who actualizes the definition of the intransitive verb speak. The speaker describes the subject with the intransitive verb speak to focus on the action started by the subject and finished by the subject. From this description, we can also understand the definition of the intransitive verb. The definition of the verb is not transited to an object. So the definition of the verb starts from the subject, consistent with the will of Jesus Christ, because intransitive verbs autonomous actualization. To accept the fact that every actualization is according to the will of the one is helpful to determine whether the verb is applied with the transitivity or not. When we state a clause with the verb in the perspective to see the subject as Jesus Christ, to actualize the will of the one. For example, in the clause "a class starts," the verb starts is applied without the transitivity because the one, our spiritual father, initiates the definition of the intransitive verb start as time flows in him. For the other example, in the clause "the place remains," the intransitive verb remains describes the subject, the place of the clause, as an object that is preserved still in the will of the one. The natural actualization of a phenomenon is also able to be understood with the perspective to see that the one initiates the definition of the intransitive verb. So we can say that the subject of the intransitive verb actualizes the definition of the intransitive verb consistent with the will of Jesus Christ. The actualization of the intransitive verb speak is not described to be conveyed. So we can also say that the description by the intransitive verb finishes with the subject.